Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing yet another sports-themed film, folks. As mentioned before, this is the genre of film I tend to avoid because I was never a sports fanatic kind of a person. I know it's kind of weird for a guy to say that. I know a lot of guys out there, a lot of men, they tend to be really fanatical when it comes to sports or whatnot, baseball, football, whatever, soccer, whatever it may be. For me, personally, folks, I was never a fan of sports in general to begin with. So when it comes to a film, and that was kind of a little bit really on the fence about it. But again, as I mentioned in the other video, this is Disney we're talking about, so I figured that's a good enough excuse to review this film. So I did watch this film, just a regular DVD version of it. So I'm gonna judge this film as a film because, well, it's a movie, obviously. So with that being said, as always, let's get into the plot of this particular thing, shall we? So in this particular Disney flick, there was this young foster child by the name of Roger and his friend JP, whom loves to sneak into baseball games of the hopelessly dreadful California Angels, whom seems to never really win a game. They were in limited contact with their father. Roger asks when they will be a family again. So yeah, there's a whole family dilemma going on with the main character. So his father replies sarcastically saying that he'd do it when the Angels win the game, so to speak. So, but the thing is, folks, the child, main character, actually took his father's words quite literally. So, as a result of this, the main character, Roger, actually prays to God for assistance to help the Angels win a particular game. So, after he prays, there is a star that's unseen by Roger that twinkles in the sky. So as you expect, as a result of this, there's some angels trying to assist the characters in this football game, so to speak. Then in a game against another team with Roger and his friend attended, he sees a group of angels led by a particular angel here helping them. Although Roger can see them quite clearly, everyone else cannot see it, of course. And everyone else can only explain the seemingly impossible act as a freaky coincidence kind of a thing. So you can say that our main character here has a unique ability to see the players receiving assistance from the particular angels, of course, which led to their skeptical manager in this particular movie, folks. So basically, that's the movie in a nutshell. Overall, this film wasn't too bad, I suppose, folks. I mean, yeah, it's a little corny, sure. And the whole angels thing kind of gives this film a whole religious kind of feel to it, which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, really. I mean, it's not super religious or anything. It doesn't beat you over the head with it, thankfully. And that's another thing. When it comes to movies like this, anything with angels as a theme, they tend to be rather preachy, really preachy. So thankfully, that's not here. It's not done in that particular matter. So overall, folks, this was a solid sports movie. Maybe not one I would watch again and again and again repeatedly. Maybe once in a while, I guess. If there's nothing else on TV, I got nothing else to do, I got some time to waste, I guess I'll just put this on. I do recommend this for a sports movie fan, and if you happen to be a Disney fan, I suggest watching it at least once. At least once. You can always say that at least you gave it a shot. But altogether, folks, this wasn't too bad. Generally speaking, I don't want to watch kids as the main characters, really, because they often tend to be annoying, really annoying. But thankfully, not this time around, so whatever, suppose. Upon the film's release, this film did receive some very mixed reviews, but a lot of people seem to enjoy this film nonetheless, calling this film pretty much a delightful film for the entire family. I just pretty much enjoyed it for what it is. And of course, it's trying to say that this can be a positive film for the entire family. Some people out there that have seen this film, they don't seem to understand all the negative reviews on this particular film. I will never do. And yeah, this film does have some dramatic moments, which is fine, of course. And a lot of people did enjoy this film and called it a wonderful movie. So, altogether, I did like the fact that there was a foster child as the main character. And I know, yes, that's cliched, I know, but the idea here is supposed to be inspiring in some degree. Anybody can do anything if they can actually do certain things and just not give up, of course. This film may never win any awards for best screenplay, that's for sure. But the dialogue is pretty corny, I guess. But even then, I could say it's not that bad of a dialogue altogether, folks. It was a decent sports movie produced by the company. It's a clean movie about a team that's falling behind pretty much. Then there's this young fan that wishes them to win, and his dad is pretty much of a deadbeat father. And of course, the film that does attempt to have a sense of humor, and to some degree, it does succeed in doing so. Altogether, folks, this film wasn't that bad of a movie, really, folks. Not really my top favorite, but it's pretty enjoyable in its own little way, I suppose. So that's pretty cool in its own little way. The special effects might seem rather dated. It does seem really, really dated nowadays. But you just have to keep in mind that this film was produced in the really, really early 1990s. Yeah, even in the DVD release, it still looks rather cheapish. But, I mean, you think they would have cleaned up a few things, but never mind. But even that's not that bad. The film, as it presents its story, it's pretty decent. It does have a pretty solid plot. It's cliched, sure, but the overall story isn't anything special, really, but it gets its job done. The plot, it gets its job done, I suppose. And this is supposed to be a family fun kind of thing. There's nothing really hard. Yeah, there's some cuss words, there's some swearing here and there, which I personally don't mind. Yeah, the first time I watched this, holy hell, they actually swear in a Disney movie. They actually said some cuss words. But again, I don't mind it really. I don't mind having characters curse in a Disney movie. That's fine by me, honestly. But anyway, yeah, folks. Yeah, there's some cool moments, I suppose. I can say that the actors, for the most part, do a solid job. They might not win any awards for best acting or anything, but again, they do their job, so it's fine, I suppose. The editing of this film wasn't too bad either. The editing was pretty good. So I can say that whoever was behind this film, the editor had done their job, so it's pretty good, I guess. Granted, there are far better Disney films out there, sure. And if you're an adult, most likely you might want to spend your time watching the better films produced by the studio. But even then, folks, if you can watch this film for what it is, a clean, fun family flick, yeah, it's cliched, very cliched, but like I said before, but it does have heart. It does have heart, and that's what it gets right, I suppose. So, altogether, folks, this film had its moments altogether. So it does attempt to cheer up the viewer, whomever may be watching it. It was a solid story altogether, folks. And I can also say the music composed for this film was pretty good as well. Maybe not the best music ever made, really, but the music composed for this film wasn't necessarily all that terrible. It's nowhere near as terrible as I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, this film did turn out to be better than expected. I thought this film would probably be one of the worst films out there, but thankfully at least I gave this film a chance, and altogether it was quite enjoyable, I guess. I guess for its worth, I didn't hate this movie, really, even though the whole sports thing isn't really my thing per se, but I still quite enjoyed it for what it was, and just trying to judge this film in its own terms, I guess is what I'm saying here, folks. So go ahead, check it out. Yeah. While I do think that this film had the potential to be much better than what was delivered, no pun intended, I still think this film is relatively harmless, and I say it's definitely worth watching. At the end of the day, folks, as corny, as cheesy as this film is, it's harmless. It's pretty harmless. There's nothing too extreme. There's nothing extremely graphic about it or anything. Of course, it attempts to be inspirational, of course. This is Disney we're talking about here, so of course it's going to go in that direction. There's a special message, of course. Again, it's Disney. That's big. That's the that's expected Disney to have. Be inspirational and have a special message for everybody, of course. Anybody can do anything if you put your mind to it, of course. And yeah, that sounds incredibly corny, but whatever, I suppose. Yeah, anyway, folks, this movie, it gets an overall rating of 6.2 out of 10. It gets a 6.2 out of 10 for me. Of course, as always, thanks for watching, and take care. See ya. Oh yeah.